guys, what is up and welcome to this week's video. So this week I thought I would actually do a requested video once again, and actually I went to my Facebook like page. By the way, if you guys haven't liked that, it's in the description box down below, so go and like that, because I did a poll of 2 videos that I thought I would do. They actually voted that I did my Queen vinyl collection. I must warn you, I do actually have quite a few. The majority of them are originals, but I do have a few remastered versions as well. I also have a number of LP singles. I have some solo stuff from the band, so I just thought I would go through it all album by album, really. Obviously the first one is Queen, their self-titled album. I think my sister actually got this from a second-hand vinyl shop, but it's pretty awesome and it's in pretty good condition. It's not really that scratched that much. This is one of my favourite albums to listen to, and it's great. You know, some people think that once you have vinyl it takes away the niceness of the song, but I think that vinyls are actually absolutely brilliant, hence why I buy majority of these. So it's an original from 1973, which is just great, and I mean you can kind of tell from just by looking at it that it is quite old. Queen's Sheer Heart Attack album. The brilliant thing about vinyls is that also you can find the lyrics on the inner sleeve of it, but it makes it bloody difficult. This one isn't too bad, but it makes it impossible to put it back in its sleeve. This is an original as well, so this isn't remastered, but it's in awesome condition. I think I got this at a second-hand vinyl shop. It also has one of my favourite songs on it, which is Misfire. So this vinyl is also an original. I took the Odd Pro, which obviously has awesome songs like I'm in Love with My Car and Bohemian Rhapsody on it. You can open it up. This is the first vinyl that I have in terms of order that I have whereby you can open it and the lyrics are on here instead of the inner sleeve that you get. I also weirdly smell vinyls because you can often tell how old they are. I think my sister got this for my birthday, I think it was. She managed to find this, so go and search your local vinyl shops because you'd be surprised what they have. This is my favourite Queen album ever, or one of them I should say. It has one of my favourite songs on it, which is White Queen, As It Began. And this is the awesome thing about it, is that if you turn it upside down and do this, it's got a lovely picture of the boys in white. It's an original. I think I got this from a local second-hand vinyl shop, but yeah, I adore this album so much and it was such a good purchase. I think I got it for less than 20 quid as well, which is pretty rare to find vinyls at that price unless they're really bad quality or people aren't that interested in them. Next is A Day at the Races. This is also an original as well. You know, once again, open it up and you'll see a picture of the band down here as well as the songs that are included with the lyrics. It also has an inner sleeve that is slightly different. If you turn it that way, it's got a picture of Freddie, Brian, Roger and John. It's the only one that hasn't been kind of like paper, if that makes any sense. Like, I find a lot of the time with people who are purchasing old vinyls is that some of them don't have stuff like this in it. If you are buying second-hand Queen vinyls, I would make sure that it does actually have a sleeve in it. Like, maybe check out all the original photos of it that it came with and see if actually they had an inner sleeve. Next is Queen News of the World. Must have been either second-hand or my sister might have brought it for me. My sister is my best contact for getting original Queen vinyls because she just finds them. Obviously you got Frank the Robot here. Was in some ways their mascot of one of their Queen and Adam Lambert tours in some way. He was everywhere, I think you'll find. And if you turn it open this way, it also comes with an awesome piece of artwork. I think if you're looking for nice artwork to have, this is a good one for nice artwork. Next of course is Jazz. Well, I'm not going to show the picture inside, but mine came with an official poster. I think it's too inappropriate to show you. I'll show you that much and you know it involves naked ladies on bicycles. For those who have visited Montreux, this is what the casino now is. I think it's awesome after I've been to my trip in Montreux that I can now look at this and think, I've been there. This is obviously where Queen recorded majority of their albums. You take it up the inside and it's got a really nice picture of the boys there. This is an original as well and it's just really nice. I don't know how I managed to get it with the poster because I know that a lot of people don't have have their originals with the original posters that came with it. Next is Queen Live Killers. I got this from a local secondhand vinyl shop. This isn't my favourite live album, I have to say. I think my favourite's Live at Wembley. But on the inside, loads and loads of Queen tour pictures. There is 2 vinyls to this as well. So I recommend this to people who maybe haven't seen a lot of Queen live. Next is another one of my favourite albums. It's The Game. I love this album artwork. But also on the inside you've got pictures of all 4 of them, and then on the back you've got lyrics to their songs that are featured on this album. This is also an original, and you can tell because it's blooming difficult to get back into it. Next is obviously Flash Gordon. See, I think this is one of my least favourite Queen albums. It is a good album to listen to, maybe if you have seen Flash and you do actually like the music from it. But one of my favourite things about the vinyl version of this is the fact that it comes with this for an inner sleeve. I mean, that's the vinyl there, as you can see. So this is just awesome artwork in my opinion. So next is obviously the album that all Queen fans absolutely hated, minus myself and a few others, which is the Hot Space album. It's also second-hand, so it is an original. The inside mainly features the Faces silhouette of all 4 of them, which I think is very similar to the video in Body Language. It's a bit like Marmite, you either love it or hate it. Like, I don't mind Hot Space that much. Next is The Works, which is also second-hand and an original. I think someone actually gave me The Works, I can't remember who it was. Great album to kind of listen to if you like Radio Gaga and I Want to Break Free, so I've got this album. I absolutely love it. Next, How Awkward Is This? This is something that an ex got me. This was his dad's, so it is an original, but it's also one of my favourite albums. The inner sleeve, you have a picture of them from The Prince of the Universe, as well as their lyrics here as well. This is kind of like a really good thing that I got from a really bad relationship. Next is my one of 2 Live at Wembley vinyls that I have. This is Live Magic, which features only a selection of songs that they did during their 86 tour. I really like the artwork of this, but this was a very difficult vinyl to find. I managed to find it on eBay for a really, really cheap price. Now, as you can see, it's a bit broken down here, hence why it was cheap for me to get. On the inner sleeve, it also features some of my favourite pictures of the boys. Obviously got Freddie in his crown. Next is something that I know is quite difficult for certain Queen fans to find with this album, because this is the full set of their Live at Wembley 86. On here, it's probably one of the best live albums I think I've ever heard from Queen. I found this in a second-hand shop. I was extremely lucky. It was about 30 quid. If you look on the inside, it features more pictures of the boys on tour. This is one of my favourite pictures of Freddie and one of my favourite pictures of Roger, so it was a hands down win for me. But this is the only vinyl out of their vinyl albums to have 4 vinyls attached with it, so you get the full set that they did at Wembley 86. I was just so lucky to get it as an original, because I know that they don't do a remastered version of this. It's like gold to me. The Miracle album. This unfortunately is not an original, this is a remastered version. It seems to be that their more later stuff seems to be the most expensive to get in terms of original. So also in here you get a picture of all 4 of them. Poor Freddie looking a bit poorly. Next is another one of my favourites. This is also an original. I think I got this at the same store that I got majority of my picture vinyls from. You've got the artwork from the Innuendo video. Now obviously, last but not least, is the Made in Heaven album, and this is the most difficult one to find the original of. I know that there's a cream 2-disc vinyl version of this as well. Unfortunately, I don't have loads of hundreds of money to spare, so I had to deal with the remastered version. I think this also comes featured with the original one, if you are lucky. Pictures of Freddie with all the individual members of the band, so it's pictures of him and Brian. Picture of him with Roger in their sombreros. I really like this picture, I really love it. There's him with John. I think that's during the Hot Space era, and I just think it's a really nice touch because this was obviously their last album. I really want the original. I really want the original. Also, Queen Greatest Hits 2. I mean, the vinyl's even more special because if you open it up, it's got artwork and pictures from all of their different music videos. Like there's the album artwork for Innuendo. It's just great. I really like this effect to it. There is 2 vinyls to this. It comes with their single artwork for their LP that they had at the time, and also a bit of information about it. So instead of writing the lyrics to this one, they wrote when they released it and who was involved in it and things like that, which I thought was pretty nice as well. And of course it won't be complete without Queen Greatest Hits 1. The only vinyl I do not have is Queen Greatest Hits 3. Both of these are originals, and they're also quite, I mean, I don't think this is that hard to find, but I think this is quite hard to find. So if you find them and they're originals, buy them. Okay, I probably won't do the singles in order because I've got them all jumbled up now, but I'll quickly show you the singles LP and the album artworks that I got with them. All of these are original. They don't do single LPs anymore. And also some of these also feature songs that aren't on any album. Now I'll start with this one because this has my favourite picture of all 4 of them in it. So you got Freddie in his famous green shades, which is what he wore in the Invisible Man video. This is the Scandal single LP, and on the other side you'll have My Life Has Been Saved, which was also featured in the Miracle album. I also got this awesome poster. Next up is the Save Me LP single. This on the other side has Let Me Entertain You. If I could find this picture on a good t-shirt, I would buy it. It's awesome. Next up is the A Kind of Magic. On the other side you've got A Dozen Red Roses for My Darling, which was written by Roger Taylor. It features a picture from Highlander, if you can see that. I actually got these 2 at a French car boot. I don't know how that happened. Looked and found these 2. This one has We Are the Champions and We Will Rock You, and this one has Flash and Football Fight. Next up, now this one's in a little bit of rubbish quality, but you can kind of see it here. As you can see, it's already falling out, so I don't want to mess about with it too much. Is Play the Game and A Human Body. Next up is Queen's last ever single that they did with Freddie. This was These Are the Days of Our Lives and Bohemian Rhapsody, which is what they released after Freddie died. Unfortunately, because I bought this from a second-hand shop, it annoyingly says #1 for 6 weeks, Xmas 1975, and #1 15th for the 12th 91 for 5 weeks over Xmas. She says that on the top of the vinyl, if you can see that. A bit annoying because I'd rather it not be there, but it also gives me a bit of information, so you never know with these second-hand ones, you never know what you're going to find on them. Next is the Queen I Want It All, and Queen I got a hologram Miracle single LP. So this one has The Miracle and Stone Cold Crazy on it, and this one has I Want It All and Hang On In There on it. I really like that. How cool is that? I think I brought this from eBay. I think I brought both of these from eBay, so have a look at eBay and see what they have. This is what my mum and dad brought for me. Apparently you can get Freddie, Brian, Roger and John. It depends who you get in the middle. You can get different ones of them in the middle. So obviously my mum brought me the Freddie Mercury one. But this has I Want to Break Free and Machines, Back to Human. Next up is Queen's first EP. This features Good Old Fashioned Lover Boy, Death on Two Leg, Tenement First Act and White Queen As It Began. So I've got the Queen Hammer to Full one. I found this at a car boot. It has Hammer to Full, Headbangers Mix, and also on the other side it has Tear It Up. So it's a really, really good one to have. Next up we have the Queen Headlong single LP. This has Headlong, All God's People and Mad the Swine on it as well. Mad the Swine is something that maybe other new Queen fans might not have heard of before. So next up is my One Vision single. This has One Vision on one side and One Vision the extended version on the other. Queen, The Invisible Man. Now this is a clear vinyl. On this vinyl you get 3 songs. The first one is The Invisible Man, the 12-inch version. You also get the single version and you also get a song called Hijack My Heart. A song that maybe some more recent Queen fans might not have heard before. Queen Breakthrough. This is a shaped picture disc and I brought this for about 20 quid. Look at that. How awesome is that? Now, one of my picture vinyls is actually up there. It's a Hard Life picture vinyl. I won't take it down because it is in a frame at the moment, but that's one of them. Let Me Live picture vinyl as well. You've got a lovely picture of Freddie and Roger on one side, and then on the other you've got John and Brian. And with this vinyl you get Let Me Live, Fat Bottom Girls and Bicycle Race. That's the 3 songs that you get on this one. So that's about all of the Queen vinyls that I have in my collection. Next ones that I'm going to show you are mainly the Queen solo ones that I've got. So this is Freddie and Roger. I don't have anything from Brian, and obviously John did Biggles and I don't have anything to do with Biggles, I'm afraid. It's the Freddie Mercury Mr. Bad Guy album. This is one of my favourite pictures ever of Freddie. And if you look on the inside, there's a lovely sleeve with a lovely picture of him in that. So I've got the Barcelona Freddie Mercury and Montserrat Caballé. Has Barcelona Exercises in Free Love and the extended version of Barcelona. Next up is a song that I guarantee everyone will probably know, which is Freddie Mercury, The Great Pretender, which has 3 songs on it, which is the extended version of The Great Pretender, the 7-inch version of The Great Pretender, and also Exercises in Free Love, which is just the Freddie version, it's not Montserrat Caballé. Next up is my slightly smaller single LP, Living on My Own, and this has the radio mix and album mix of Living on My Own. Now these 3 I found here are pretty much ones that I found off eBay. So on this one, you mainly just get Love Kills, I'm afraid. There's no other songs on this apart from a song that was featured on this soundtrack. Next up is Time. Now on this version you get Freddie singing it, on the other side you get the instrumental version. Next up is the I Was Born to Love You single, and on the other side is Stop All the Fighting. Now this was also produced by Freddie's good friend Reinhold Mack, who also did majority of the Queen albums. And if you haven't listened to Stop All the Fighting as well, I recommend that you go and listen to that right now because it's a good song. And this is probably my most prized Freddie possession, I think. This is the Freddie Mercury Made in Heaven picture vinyl right here, and on the other side it is She Blows Hot and Cold. But I just think I'm going to keep this forever, and it plays really well as well. Now of course, because I'm a drummer and because I do love Roger Taylor, I do have the Roger Taylor Fun in Space album. And then on the inside you've got various different artworks for all different sorts of songs that he's written on this album. Great drumming, and I think for those who are a fan of Roger's voice and Roger's playing, I would actually recommend listening to this. So that's about it guys, thank you very much for watching my video today, and if you enjoyed it, please do not forget to give this a big thumbs up. Also, if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to click that subscribe button, and I shall see you in a video very soon. Bye!